Now, let us, for the moment, keep to the point which is, can thought, even outwardly, bring about this harmony? If it cannot, what will? Who will answer this question? Probably nobody has put this question. Nobody has written books about it. Even if they have, it is still the operation of thought, the function, thought, writing, so on. So, what is your answer to that? Wouldn't you answer that question or find not an answer? All right, let me put it differently. How do you approach this question?
So this question perhaps can only be approached by my mind. There are thoughts going through my mind constantly.
Yes, but
and perhaps the question can be approached only by quietening that.
No. So I'm asking you, here is a question. Thought cannot produce that, right? How do you approach the question? How do you say, now what next? How do you come to it? You understand my question? Do you? Look, we have spent several hours of this. How do you, when you come to the final point, how do you receive it? How do you approach it? Because your approach may dictate the answer. Your approach may reveal the answer. Not somebody will answer you, but after inquiry, after exploration, you are approaching it, aren't you, with quite a different quality of mind. Are you? All right, may I explain a little more? I said, well, I see clearly that committed to a particular thing, particular career, committed to a family, to a child, to this or that, does bring about disharmony, right? I see that very clearly. And I say, am I committed to a particular thing? Right? To becoming an artist, to becoming an engineer, to this or that. And I see, if I am committed that way, I must live in disharmony. Therefore, I must live in conflict, anxiety, fear, sorrow, all that follows inevitably. Though I pretend it will not, but it will produce the unfortunate reactions. I see that very clearly. And I also see very clearly there must be no attachment of any kind to an experience, to a person and so on. I see that very clearly. And am I attached? Do I hold on to a particular experience, thinking it is most marvelously spiritual? And so on. So, there must be freedom from all those. Otherwise, I am caught in a particular direction. Therefore, that will breed disharmony. So, there must be freedom from it. Then, I realize thought is, under all circumstances, limited. I am very clear on that point. Nobody, no logic, no guru, no saint, no God, nothing will alter that. Right? Now, so what is harmony? I said the complete, total relationship with the mind, and so on. That is harmony. And thought cannot bring about it. Now, how do I come to that point? What has been my approach to that point? You understand what I'm saying? Do I want to find an answer? Do I want to find a way out of my disharmony? Something that will bring about disharmony? So I must be very clear how I am approaching this question. Have you got what I'm talking about? Huh? Now, how do you approach it? Do you want to live a harmonious life? If you do, it is still the operation of thought. Because that way, thought says, by Joe, that's a rewarding thing. It will be marvelous, it will be beautiful, it will be this and that. So how do you approach it? You can only approach it when thought has understood its limitation and doesn't move out of that limitation. Thought cannot produce this harmony. And thought has built the me, the ego, the personality, this and that, and that center says, I must have that harmony. It is the most marvelous way of living. Therefore I must get it. So am I committed to anything, committed to a particular action, the family, the child, the mother, the father, the career and so on. If I am, then I live and I cultivate this harmony, which is going to produce ugly things in my life. If I give emphasis to sex, as most young people do, and most people in the world do, even the older generation, then they live obviously in great misery. So what is one to do? You understand my question now? So, can thought do anything about it? Can I, which is the result of thought, do anything about that? Can I practice harmony? That you say, ah, yes, I'll have a good mind. I will love people. I'll have a good body. That can be probably possible. Eat properly. No smoke, no alcohol, no drugs and all the rest of it. But the other factors, thought cannot bring it about. So, having that very clear, then what takes place? The movement of thought will not answer this question. Therefore, thought ceases to project itself into the approach. I wonder if I'm making myself clear. Am I? Then, what is the approach? If thought is not creating the wave, then what is taking place, which is the approach?